Today, I reviewed the new record from Darkside, the album Nothing. Now, this is a two-piece collaboration between Dave Harrington and electronic musician, producer, singer-songwriter, all-purpose music man Nicolas Jaar, whose projects I have loved for a long time, his solo work, and especially his house side project, Against All Logic. But I've also always been a huge fan of Darkside. This is the project's third album, and the last time we heard from them was back in 2021 when they dropped this record, one of my favorite of that year, and an album that I still really enjoy and highly recommend. So I went into Nothing with high hopes, under the expectation that the band would be able to live up to the promise of their previous two records. And where to start with Nothing? This is an impenetrable record in terms of describing its genre and style, and the band's sort of blending of art rock and electronica has always been a little bit tough to define in really broad genre terms, but this new album is an entire another level, and that is because these songs, almost all of them, are these weird sort of Frankenstein's monsters that slide back and forth between different styles, different passages. Sometimes they don't even seem like they belong together or intended to be on the same song. They're just pieces stitched together. It's very bizarre, but it was something that really worked on me with the first trio of singles. And yeah, there's some solid deep cuts here when the album is focused, when it is reserved and low-key, when it is nocturnal, like a lot of the best Darkside music has been so far. It's pretty good, and more of the album is good than it isn't. However, there are also points on this album where that compositional shifting gets completely unhinged, and a pair of borderline unlistenable songs, the opener and Hell Sweet Part 2, that try to pair a very muted, reserved, nocturnal, Darkside style instrumental with these intolerable, screeching, wailing vocals that just sound awful together. They sound like something that should be belting over like an industrial song, like a Yaesu track or something. I don't know how they ended up here. It's a bold decision. There's certainly some risks on this album. It is perhaps the most experimental Darkside record yet, but I'm just not sure they pay off as consistently as the risks taken on previous projects and a lot of Nicolas Jaar's other work. So while this thing is good, and if you're a fan, you should listen to it, I'm not sure it quite lives up to all of its potential. And you can read my full review of the entire album right up here and tell me your thoughts about it right down there.